Barriers have been put up outside the entrance to South Parade Pier in Southsea after it was closed because of fears it would collapse. The survey on the Grade 2 listed structure revealed the steelwork holding it up has corroded and it's a danger to the public. The pier first opened back in 1879. Chris Robinson is in Southsea for us this lunchtime. Chris.
Well, Tom, that's right. What a sad and sorry state this is. This is South Parade Pier here on Southsea seafront. It's been here for more than 100 years and is very much part of the history of Southsea. In fact, it's synonymous with D-Day. Many thousands of soldiers left from here for France, many of whom never to return. Now, it's had a bit of a checkered history over its lifetime. It's been burnt down 3 times, most notably in 1974 when the rock band The Who filmed the film Tommy here. But survey work's being carried out and Portsmouth City Council says enough is enough. They say in its current state it's a danger to the public and it's been closed off. This barrier has been put round, closing off the amusement arcade and local fish and chip shop, which only recently opened about 4 months ago. I spoke to Gerald Vernon-Jackson, the leader of Portsmouth City Council, to find out why.
It's a private building owned by a private landlord who's let it go to rack and ruin. And I'm really sorry, but it's his building. What we have to do as a council is to protect the public, to make sure they're not put at danger by either going on top of the pier, on it, or underneath it.
Well, there are currently discussions ongoing between the pier's owners and a local community buyout who want to take over the pier. I'm joined now by Reis, who's chairman of the People's Pier Limited. Leon, why do you want to take over the pier?
I've got 11 grandkids. I've got neighbours who met on this pier and have children and grandchildren. And those grandchildren need to know where they came from. This pier has seen the whole history of rock and roll, British rock and roll, played on this pier. And for this, because thousands of British troops and Canadian troops walked along this prom and out onto that pier in their kit to save Europe from Hitler. And we need to remember that.
Well, we've heard that significant repair work needs to be carried out. How much is this likely to cost?
2 million quid will get you started just to bring it up to scratch, and that's not including the purchase price. That's just to make it sound, and then probably another 8 or 10 million to make it a viable business that can sustain itself.
Are you confident you're going to get this money, and whereabouts from?
Yes, we have a lot of professionals working on this. We're going to register a charity shortly, and we hope to offer tax breaks through a government scheme that we have to get approved.
Leon, thank you very much. I have to say that the owners are due down here at the parade later on today. We've also received a statement from them. Fred Nash, who's the pier's owner, said that at all times they've done their very best to make sure the pier is safe, and they've employed structural engineers. He said he was in ongoing discussions with the community to buy the pier. We'll have much more on this in South today. Back to you, Tom.
Chris, many thanks.
Barriers have been put up outside the entrance to South Parade Pier in Southsea after it was closed due to fears it could collapse. A survey on the Grade 2 listed structure revealed the steelwork holding it up has corroded and it was a danger to the public. An emergency meeting this afternoon has lifted the cordon on the esplanade to some small businesses, but the rest remain closed. Chris Robinson has more.
It survived being burnt down 3 times, with a rich history spanning generations of families enjoying a trip to the seaside. Now, South Parade Pier is facing its latest fight for survival. Portsmouth City Council says the steelwork holding it up is very rusty, with some bits so badly corroded they're in danger of giving way.
It's a private building owned by a private landlord who's let it go to rack and ruin. What we have to do as a council is to protect the public, to make sure they're not put at danger by either going on top of the pier, on it, or underneath it.
This was the scene earlier today. Part of the esplanade closed off. This fish and chip shop has only been open a few months, the manager having to tell customers to leave in the middle of their dinner. He could lose up to £1,000.
It's quite demoralising because we've got a good fish and chip shop, good location on the pier, and just now not being able to open, it's just nothing we can do. We just need to get in there, get cleaned up really as well, and sort out all our stock problems.
One community group looking to buy the pier says repairs could run up to £2 million. The man leading the bid is confident it will be saved.
These are beautiful pieces of architecture. It's a tragedy that it's in this state. The current owners know that and are keen that we should buy it from them. we are starting to negotiate on price now.
After yesterday's closure, the owners of the pier came to see the damage for themselves. They say an engineer looked at the pier 6 months ago and aren't sure as to what's happened.
We've had a terrible winter, recession killed us, and it is sad. And if it gets to the stage where we can't obviously do it ourselves, then obviously we're going to have to look to sell it.
The council has powers to protect the public from immediate danger. Under Section 78 of the Building Act, it says that the pier will remain closed until it's confident that work has been undertaken to stop it from being a dangerous structure. Chris Robinson, BBC South Today in Southsea.